News tonight, President Buhari arrives Paris ahead of African Finance Summit in France. VP denies declaring interest in 2023 presidential race. Hoodlums attack INEC state head office in Enugu State. Hello, good evening, and thanks for joining us on Channel 12 News tonight. My name is Idarisit Adedoku. President Muhammadu Buhari is in Paris, the French capital, ahead of the African Finance Summit. The summit, to be hosted by President Emmanuel Macron, will focus on Africa's economic situation following shocks from coronavirus pandemic, as well as giving relief from increased debt burden. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
President Muhammadu Buhari alighting the Nigerian Air Force 001 aircraft at Le Bourget International Airport, Paris at 10:15 Sunday evening local time. It is his first official visit to Europe since the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic in February last year. On hand to receive him were senior French government officials, Nigeria's ambassador to France, as well as ministers of foreign affairs, finance, budget and national planning, health, industry, trade and investment, and other top government officials. President Buhari is expected to join other heads of state and government at the African Finance Summit on Tuesday to collectively discuss external funding and debt relief for Africa, as well as private sector reforms.
This is about seeking to generate money for the revival of African economies following the major hit they have received from the coronavirus epidemic. The continent has been plunged into an economic recession, the first of its type in the last 25 years. So President Macron is doing something that is very remarkable and important for our continent. This conference is supposed to seek money that will be used to restart the cycle of development on the continent. This is why we're here.
President Muhammadu Buhari is scheduled to hold high-level talks with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron. The two leaders are expected to discuss growing security threats in the Sahel and the Lake Chad region and other areas critical to the economies of both countries.
Security is a key issue, is a key element of the president's election and re-election agenda. And when you consider that Nigeria, as we are geographically located, we are surrounded by French-speaking African countries. And France is the metropolitan headquarters of French-speaking world. Very influential in the affairs of the continent, and so therefore President Muhammadu Buhari is right, very correct in seeking partnership with President Macron, so that together with our African brothers we can seek to find permanent solutions, to the problems not only around Lake Chad, but in the entire Sahel and Sub-Saharan West Africa, which is racked by this crisis of terrorism.
During the visit, President Muhammadu Buhari will receive key players in critical economic sectors, as well as heads of other European institutions. From Paris, France, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the attention of the office of the Vice President has been drawn to a website, supportoshibaju.ng, that is calling on Nigerians to join a volunteer group mobilizing support for Professor Yemi Osinbajo ahead of the 2023 presidential election. In a release signed by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Office of the Vice President, Laolu Akonde, stated that the details of the website and the solicitation of the group are currently trending on WhatsApp, with a suggestion that Vice President Osinbajo has quietly declared interest in the 2023 election. The statement reads that the Office of the Vice President is not in any way connected to the website or the group behind it and considers such an enterprise as unnecessary distraction, stating categorically that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has not declared any interest whatsoever in the 2023 election, stressing that rather the Vice President remains focused on working in his capacity as Vice President in the current administration to address all the compelling issues in the country and concerns of Nigerians, including finding effective and lasting solutions to the security challenges. The senior special assistant in a statement asked the people behind the call to desist from such unhelpful permutations, but to join hands together with the administration in dealing with the challenges confronting the country and resolve them for the benefit of the people, peace and prosperity in the land. And moving on, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed has called upon public relations practitioners in the country to exhibit high sense of patriotism at all times. The minister made the call when he granted audience to the leadership of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations in Abuja. Anthony Forson reports.
You have a powerful platform.
Expressing delight with the body's determination to partner with government in building an egalitarian society, Lai Mohammed said NIPR should amplify the need for peaceful coexistence and not divisive commentaries.
Yes, it is okay and right for people to express their views, show their concern about insecurity, whatever or whatsoever, even suggest, restructuring or whatsoever. But what is not acceptable is the call for secession. What is not acceptable is the call for war. So I'm glad that at least on that score, we are on the same page.
To the National Institute for Public Relations, the minister insisted that members must at all times remain patriotic in the face of practicing for gains, as some practitioners engage in acts that are inimical to the nation, citing the case of PNID, which engaged a Nigerian public relations firm to help launder its image against Nigeria.
To give the impression to the world that Nigeria indeed entered into an agreement with PNID and actually reneged. And as such, Nigeria should pay about $9 billion US.
Describing NIPR as a relationship-building body, the national president, Mukhtar Siraju, said NIPR is equally worried about the state of the nation.
We think the situation we are in this country goes beyond politics. I think it goes beyond blaming the president or blaming the government or blaming the party in power. It is a situation that requires all of us to come together, talk sense into ourselves, ask necessary, even if difficult questions, try to look for solution to the problems that we are in as a people.
The national president of the institute used the opportunity to formally extend an invitation to the minister to attend its forthcoming annual general meeting built for Bauchi State. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Enugu State head office of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has been attacked Sunday evening on the 16th of May 2021. INEC headquarters Abuja, while confirming the incident, says some unidentified persons overpowered the security personnel on duty around 9 p.m. and tried to set the entire building ablaze. The attention of the security agencies, as well as the federal and state fire services in Enugu, was drawn to the unfolding situation, and it responded swiftly. The attackers set the foyer ablaze, vandalized some offices in the main building, and caused extensive damage to some of the Commission's movable assets within the premises. 6 utility pickup vehicles, Toyota Hilux, were burnt down, while 2 were smashed and damaged. And you're still on to Channel 12 News. More news after the break. Please stay with us.
Since it was launched in 2016, N-Power has made huge impact in the Southwest by improving lives through its various programs, namely N-Power Agro, N-Power Teach, N-Power Health, N-Power Tax, N-Power Tech, and N-Power Build. With an estimated enrollment distribution of over 70,000 youths in all of the southwest states of Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, Osun, and Oyo. Through direct disbursements and training, N-Power has empowered young people to earn more and become more economically stable. Total distribution of N-Power enrollment, including those who have now successfully exited the program and now doing great things with the grant and training they have acquired, is an indication of government's commitment to empowering young people and making life better for all Nigerians. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development.
My friend, for one machine, see show. How you doing? Show me way now.
My dear, na N-Power.
We don't come to improve life.
N-Power don't see, and still dey. N-Power stand gidigba to comot unemployment and poverty. N-Power na for all young people for Nigeria. E don come to make you oga for your own trade, whether na education, agriculture, healthcare, and vocation. Progress don land o. You know say more than 700,000 young people don benefit, and e no go end there o, because more still dey come. N-Power don give una chance to use una brain and hand to take comot una self from poverty and make your country better. N-Power don show. N-Power dey sure. N-Power na power for all Nigerians. You fit visit npower.fm hds.gov.ng for plenty information. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. Unknown gunmen have attacked and set ablaze another police station located at Ubakala in Umuahia South local government area of Abia State in the early hours of today. The unknown gunmen killed 2 policemen on duty during the attack. Unconfirmed sources say their rifles were carted away by the men, while suspects in detention were released during the attack. However, the Abia State Police Command Police Public Relations Officer Geoffrey Ogbonna has confirmed the attack in a telephone interview. However, said he could not confirm if rifles were carted away or that suspects in police detention were released. 5 police patrol vehicles were burned down in addition to 6 exhibit vehicles, including tricycles, during the attack. Adjoining buildings were affected in the blast. So far, police stations in Umojima, Isialangwa South, Nkoro, Ohafia local government area, Uzoakoli Bende local government area, and Ubani, Umuahia North, all in Abia State, have all been attacked by the rampaging hoodlums in the last 2 months. And in related development, a divisional police station in Usokwa and Neocha South local government area of Delta State has been attacked by unknown gunmen. The attack, which took place on Sunday, the 16th day of May, left 3 officers dead. One of them is the Divisional Police Officer, DPO. The Delta State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Edafe Bright, has confirmed the attack on phone. The State Commissioner of Police, Ari Mohammed Ali, has since visited this station. Pedestrian bridges are part of the important public infrastructures that governments spend huge resources on for the safety of the masses. In this report, Nife K. Edet takes a look at the attitudes of people towards the use of the facilities.
Pedestrian bridges are provided in the cities across the world to reduce the risk of accident and save time, particularly for pedestrians. These bridges are mostly situated in densely populated areas where crossing the road is challenging or almost difficult for pedestrians. 4 of such bridges are situated in Uyo, the state capital, and there could have been no better place to site them than Ipa Road by Union Face and Second Gates, Ibom Plaza, and 4 lanes.
to them it may be a waste of time. It also requires energy for you to climb these steps. So that is what I can really say, because climbing this step is a long cut, but it's safer for students to,
it's supposed to be a very effective way where people cross down to this other road. But I think people just see it as stress, climbing down here. So I think it's stress.
Very few people use the bridge because personally I feel it's just a waste of time to go through the bridge and come down.
Despite the enormous benefits of pedestrian bridges, residents of Uyo have abandoned them and prefer crossing the roads, not minding the dangers of such action.
Climbing it at times may be a risk because your leg can slip up from the step, If you are not careful, you may even fall. But, while moving on the road, the ground is level, you walk freely, you pass freely, no obstacle.
It's risk. You can be hit by a car or a keke or a bus, so there's a risk.
I still think it's about what we're already used to, but always very careful while crossing the road. But basically, it is good to use the bridge.
As the saying goes, it is better late than never. Therefore, using pedestrian bridges might slow one's movement, but surely one will arrive safe. So make wise decisions for your safety and that of others. In Uyo, Nifeke Edit, NTA News.
And this wraps up Channel 12 News. Thank you for watching. I'm Idarisit at Dedoko.